Chat GTP. If people are not using AI by now, they are falling behind. So difficult decisions are far easily made if you run it through ChatGTP because it takes emotion out of it, and it brings reality and clarity to it. Um, so, like for instance, if there's a issue going on with an employee, run it by ChatGTP. Just word vomit, I always say, into ChatGTP. It'll organize your thoughts and it'll allow you to create a response that is effective and not emotional.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm Kristen, and I'm here with Steve Overfield, who's the owner of Over the Field Landscape. They do block and brick work for outdoor living spaces out of Kansas City. Thanks so much for being here, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think this is really interesting. This is a very interesting focus. I think it's definitely focusing on spaces that bring people together. So how did you get into this industry to begin with?
I got into this industry. I used to own restaurants, and that was a grueling task. No days off, and then got tired of it, sold the restaurants, and needed a job. Started working at a local landscape company, realized I loved it far more than the restaurant industry, and did one side job on a Saturday, made my paycheck. And then after that, I just went all in, and now we're 10 years later, and we found our little niche here.
Amazing. That's awesome. And then when you kind of transferred over to this, sector, what were some of the growing pains? What were some of the things you had to learn and, the kinks to get out?
The biggest growing pain in the beginning was cash flow, and capital. But then the second biggest thing would be reliable equipment, vehicles, and trucks. And then the third one is getting better is a revolving door of employees.
Right. Yeah, and how do you kind of navigate that? How did you learn which equipment and everything were the best ones to choose? Was it trial and error?
Yeah, mainly just but basically being disciplined enough to save up for better equipment versus buying what I needed right that moment, and then breaking costing more money over the years than what I paid for it.
Yeah, I think that's a important thing that people don't really realize, and that, goes for repairs in general. If you do it the quick way, it can end up being more money in the long term. And then you talked about building out your team. I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with. What are your best tips for, hiring the right people that align with your values?
I think that the person that you hire doesn't necessarily matter. It's the expectations that you set up front with them, and also um, how you have to not be afraid to hold those expectations whenever they're not following them. I think
Right.
anybody with 2 feet and a heartbeat can potentially be a fantastic employee as long as their leader is maintaining focus on the growth of the company and the growth of the individual.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yeah, and what's that balance that you strike? Because I think a lot of people are maybe they're scared to be looked at as too tough or too hard on somebody. What's that balance you strike?
So the balance is, I have a little saying. It says, clarity is my power and reality is my tower, meaning
Mm,
that as long as you are clear with your intentions and instructions, and if somebody doesn't follow them, then you just stay emotionless and you just, you handle it with, this is what was supposed to be done. This is what not supposed to be done. And this is what you did. So
mhm.
maintaining clarity is a big focus right now on my end.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you lay it out like that, it's hard to argue against or hard to, make it seem like you're nitpicking.
Yeah.
And then how do you kind of build chemistry within the team?
Chemistry is just more or less, I make funny videos like our day to day battles, I should say. Make funny videos like basically inflating them, inflating like a small issue into a giant issue with comedic value. And what that does in my mindset is that makes it easy for them to remember what had happened and not to do it again because it created a laugh.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah. So talk about kind of using social media and it, kind of what that looked like, getting comfortable with it.
Oh yeah. So the beginning years I was getting walked up to by random strangers. I have an alter ego called Landscaper Steve that
Mhm.
is on every video or anything I post, and people were walking up to me, "Hey, Landscaper Steve." Um, so I think social media is super important. In our industry, our work is a lot easier to look at. It's pretty, it's fun, it's cool. So I wouldn't have as much struggles as like somebody trying to sell software or something like that. So social media became easy for me, and it's just consistent posting. You post your
Yeah.
before and afters, and you continue to do quality work, and your spider web evolves.
Yeah, letting people a part of the journey. Did you have any, trepidation being on camera? I know a lot of people want to build a personal brand, but really struggle with putting themselves out there.
No, I learned years ago to not care what other people think. As far as that realm goes, a lot of people will want something to be perfect before it's even started, and you're gonna get perfection later as long as you keep after it because you're not gonna ever hit perfection. So you just got to keep doing it until it feels natural.
Yeah, absolutely. And kind of going with that mindset, what were some of your tricks early on, kind of as you were building your business, how you could kind of, make yourself confident enough to believe that you can do something like that?
Um, I had a few good influences starting off. We all kind of started our businesses at the same time, so the first few years we went to the gym together in the morning, so we'd kind of toss back ideas back and forth and talk about what we posted the day before. So I kind of got lucky in that retrospect. But basically, if you have somebody that's trying like you're trying in the beginning stages, it helps because then you can trade war stories and learn from each other.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That kind of having that group around you, camaraderie around you, mentorship. Can you talk a little bit more about that? How you were able to build your personal network?
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah, so a lot of my best contacts came from the gym. I mean, everybody there is trying to better themselves in one way or another. And there's a saying that says you walk into a perfume shop, you're going to come out smelling good. So that's
Hmm.
kind of how I look at that. You just put yourself around the right people, and then naturally you're going to get better just by a little bit of competition, and then just also by hearing other people's ideas and implementing them.
Definitely. And how do you kind of distinguish the good people from maybe the ones to stay away from? Are there any red flags you look for?
So red flags are definitely, I mean, you can feel it in your gut, and then also, which a lot of people ignore that. And then people that are just not okay with being where they're at in that moment. Like, there's people that are like okay with their life and they don't want to do anything more than that. And you just find a group of people that want more in life, and then
Hmm.
you feed off of each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know a big principle that you work off of is growing on purpose. Could you kind of elaborate on that?
Correct. Yes. So I started saying that just after I grew, not on purpose. We grew so fast, so quick, and it kind of comes full circle to where I was buying trucks out of necessity and just buying what I had cash for at the time. We grew too fast, too quick, and then guess what? Quality control went down. My job became
Yeah.
putting out fires and redoing stuff. And if I were to do it again, I would have just grown on purpose and not just took on all the work and I paid advertising companies that brought in so much work that I took it and I got too busy to the point where it affected my business and my personal life.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And how did you kind of course correct that?
Downsized. I
Mhm.
downsized, kept everything that I owned outright, sold everything I didn't, and kept the good people, and then stopped trying to find work. I made sure that what we were doing and that we had on the books was being done perfect. I just took a back
Right.
step to a couple of years from what I did in the beginning.
Hmm. Yeah, that concept of going deep instead of wide.
Right. Hmm.
Yeah, and switching gears a little bit over to, your business. Talk to me kind of about what makes you guys different and kind of the different projects you've worked on.
As far as social media presence is, I post, our work, and then I post a funny video. So I
Hmm.
make sure that my clients and potential clients are engaging and at least getting a laugh. I feel like a laugh is going to buy real estate in someone's mind. So not only are they getting a laugh from the company, but they're also seeing our work. And whenever that decision comes up within the family to purchase a patio or fire pit or fireplace, we're gonna be at the top of the list.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely. And talk about, yeah, keep going.
no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna, I would love for you to finish that thought, but I was just gonna ask, more about kind of the different projects you work on.
Yeah, so our projects went from basic landscapes to, and this is also another point is you got to follow people in the industry that are doing far better work than you and that are doing the things you want to do because you see an idea or you see a patio that has a certain flair to it. then you try new things out and you don't tell the clients really. You don't charge them for it either. You're kind of testing a new design and you just kind of make sure it's better than what you would have put out before. And
Mhm.
that alone right there, just, we want to evolve and get better at our craft. And in order to do that, you have to see people that are evolving and work that's better than yours.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that's an important note. And then as you guys are developing these outdoor spaces, talk about kind of the impact it has. I know that, outdoor spaces are a place where people relax and get together. How do you kind of fold that into the work?
So vision is one thing you can't teach. You can teach it up to a certain degree, but whenever I see a project, I focus on is accessibility good? What's going to happen whenever they have too many people? Is there secondary seating? Like you have to just understand the vision of the layout according to the house and what the purpose of the project is. Is it a fire pit? Well, if someone wants to buy a fire pit and a patio around it, they're planning on hosting parties or events. So you got to make
Yeah.
sure that every aspect of the job has a focal point and um, and it flows. The biggest thing is flows. As I always often say is you can do things by the book always, and it's going to be a good job, but does it look good? It has to look good.
Hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. And to kind of, wrap this up a bit, what would be a piece of advice that you wish you learned earlier in your career that you can share with us today?
Chat GTP, if people are not using AI by now, they are falling behind. So difficult
Mhm.
decisions are far easily made if you run it through ChatGTP because it takes emotion out of it, and it brings reality and clarity to it. Um, so, like for instance, if there's a issue going on with an employee, run it by ChatGTP. Just word vomit, I always say, into ChatGTP. It'll organize your thoughts and it'll allow you to create a response that is effective and not emotional.
Yeah, and are there different prompts that you like to use?
Yeah, so I often say, this is how I'm feeling, and then I'll tell you how I'm feeling. That's the emotional side. This is what happened, and this is who it's about. And if there's any history with that person, I'll explain that to them. And then it'll hear the emotion, for lack of a better term, and take it out at the same time. And then it'll just give you a
Yeah.
direct prompt to say to that person. And ever since I started doing that, the respect and the company energy has changed a lot in a very good
Mhm.
way.
It's
Because we're
amazing.
emotional creatures, and emotions can cause destruction, but they're good for personal, not for business.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. I can totally see that. I think a lot of people are maybe intimidated or scared of AI, but as you said, it can really be a good supplement to what you're already doing.
It's a tool, and if you use it as a tool, then it can literally change every aspect of your life. I often look at it as a king's round table. So a king in the medieval times never made a decision unless he talked to all of his associates at his round table. So AI to me is my round table.
Mhm. I think that's a good way to put it. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I think you've given some great mindset tips and, practical building tips. So thanks so much for being here. Tell everyone where to find you.
Absolutely. Facebook.com/overthefieldkc. And basically, that's the tag for any social media.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, Steve.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
And thank you, everyone, for listening. I hope you learned a lot and got some inspiration for your own business, and we will see you back next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.